Barcelona is probably the biggest team in world football, definitely in the top 3 conversation, and in recent years they have definitely dropped off. They've been in all sorts of financial troubles, club in disarray, problem with bringing in players. They even lost Leo Messi because of the financial troubles they're in. They've won one La Liga title in the past 4 seasons, and before that they won 3 out of the past 4 seasons, and they haven't won a Champions League since 2015. So it was my job to take over Barcelona and within 3 seasons to win 2 La Liga titles and 1 Champions League trophy. If you could only make one signing for Barcelona, who would it be? Let me know in the comments. Let's jump straight into this. So to start with, we need to hire our coaches. So our tactical vision is obviously with Barcelona, it's always going to be tiki-taka football. So we need to find some coaches that are going to fit that bill. Right, we have done our coaches. We've got everyone in place to set the vision that we want for this club of how we want to play. This is how the squad currently looks. We're going to make a lot of changes. A lot of players are going to move on. So I'm going to jump into some transfer business and I'll come back once that's done. Okay, so we've done all of our transfer business in the summer. I'm going to show you the purchases that we've made now. So our first signing is Joshua Kimmich from Bayern Munich. I don't know why he's in this weird kit. What a signing this guy's going to be for us. Cost us 50 million. He's linked with a move away from Bayern at the end of the season. This is the type of experience that Barca need to bring in. Good leadership as well. Our next signing is Cardona, a backup left back from Las Palmas, I think that is. I can't remember the team. I think it's Las Palmas. Straight swap for Marcos Alonso. A couple less ratings, but a good backup option as he's only 24 compared to Marcos Alonso who's in his 30s. Very good backup option. Our next signing is Julian Alvarez from Manchester City. 37 million we pay for him. He's going to be leading the line for us this season. Well, as you're going to see in a minute, we moved on Robert Lewandowski. This guy's going to be an absolute mainstay in the team for the next coming seasons and a big part to play in hopefully winning titles. And our last signing is the return of Neymar Jr. to Barcelona. We managed to raise some funds, 80 million he cost us from Al Hilal. Bring Neymar back to his prime football days at Barcelona. Hopefully he can carry us for at least first 2 seasons to get some trophies under our belt. He might start tailing off towards the 3rd season, but for the money he's going to bring in shirts and stuff, I think it's definitely worth it. So our biggest sales in this window were Robert Lewandowski for 70 million, Faye for 950k, Gary Doe for 1.3 mil, Sergio Roberto for 13 million. Along with the transfers, we have set up the youth academy. Now, I've sent scouts out to Portugal, France and Spain. These are some of the players that we're already looking at. These two, Rocha and Lewin, look unreal. Everyone's got a decent potential so far. So we're just going to keep an eye on him for now and hopefully promote him to the first team soon. But this is what the team is going to look like going into the first season. So we've got ter Stegen in goal, Koundé and Araujo at the back, Cancelo and Balde as the fullbacks, Kimmich, De Jong and Pedri as the midfield, and then Neymar, Rafinha and Alvarez as the front 3. Now Cancelo is only on loan, so next season we will have to buy a fullback. Maybe we buy him back, maybe we get someone else in. But we've got Torres on the bench, Raku on the bench. Now this guy can play. This guy's only 18 years old and 76 rated, so we're definitely not going to have to buy another striker to back up Alvarez. It's going to be them two. We've got Gundogan, Gavi, Christensen, Dest, who we recalled from PSV as a backup right back. And we've got Felix, Romeo and Martinez as the main reserves. We're not really going to play Felix as he's only on loan and we don't really need him. So we don't want to waste game time on players that we can develop for ourselves rather than using him. But if we have to, we will use him. Let me know what you think of the transfer business in this window. What would you have done differently? But we're going to sim to January and hopefully we are doing well in the UCL and hope we are definitely in the running for the La Liga title. Okay, so we're in January now. Let's go and see how we're doing in the league. So currently we're sat 2nd in La Liga, 1 point behind Real Madrid and 3 points in front of Atletico Madrid, which are our 2 biggest threats this season. We've only lost 1 game so far, but it's very, very tight out there. It's going to be who makes the least mistakes. We've still got to play Real Madrid and Atletico again, so if we can take some points off Real Madrid, that will put us in good stead. Let's go and check the Champions League. And we are out of the Champions League, only just though. 10 points we finished on. FC Porto finished on 16 points. They didn't lose a game in the group, which is very impressive. Antwerp on 7. So let's go and see who we're going to play in the round of 16 of the Champions League. We have got a very, very tough draw in the round of 16. We have got Manchester City. The Champions League run is going to be very tough this season if we're going to go far. Bloody hell, Man City in the first round, that is not nice. So top goal scorers in La Liga is Alvarez on 13 goals. He's on fire this season. Rafinha on 9 as well. That is very nice to see. Have we got anyone else up there? No, we don't. Assists, Modric is top with that, 6. Alvarez with 5 assists as well. Kimmich with 4. Pedri with 4. So Alvarez is our overall top goal scorer this season with 16 goals and 5 assists. This man is on fire this season. Leading the line very well. He's gone up 2 ratings as well, which is very nice. Rafinha 11 goals, 2 assists. Neymar's still doing well, 9 goals, 4 assists. He has no slouch. He's done 10 goal involvements in 14 games in the league. Is very good. Kimmich is providing numbers from CDM. Pedri's doing okay. Everyone else is chipping in with a goal or assist here and there, which is nice to see. Overall, I am very happy with how the team's performing. We've still got about 120 million in transfer budget, which I'm not going to use this season. I'm going to save that for the following seasons. I don't feel like we need to upgrade right now. Before we move on, let's have a look at the youth academy. So every month I've been putting players in here, and I've already recruited one person to the first team, which I'll show you in a second. And he's very good, but we've got a lot of players there that look very tasty for upcoming seasons. There's a guy called Carvajal here. He's only 15 years old, and he's already 65 rated, which is higher rated than some of the 17-year-olds. So he's got 2 years less than them. And this guy could be a proper star for us as well. So the guy that we've already promoted from the youth academy is Rocha. He's from Portugal, centre-back, can play centre-back, CDM, right-back. 68 rating. I think he's only 17 years old. And for that rating already, at that age, is very impressive. So we're going to try and get him involved in some of the cup games. We've already had offers from teams like Arsenal for him, so you can tell he's already going to be a top player. Without further ado, I'm going to sit him. Without further ado, I'm going to sit him to the end of the season, and let me know in the comments what you predict. How are we going to get far in the Champions League? We're going to get past Manchester City in the round 16, and we're going to trump Real Madrid for that La Liga title in the first season. We have done it. Our first season, we have managed to secure our first La Liga title, 94 points, and we have secured our first La Liga title with Barcelona in our first season, which is massive. 1 down. Hopefully, we can win 3 in a row, but 1 more to go. Let's go and check to see how we did in the Champions League. And we got knocked out in round of 16 by Manchester City 6-3 in aggregate. And they are playing in the final against Borussia Dortmund. A very tough draw in the first round for us. Very unfortunate to get them so early on, but we got battered 6-3. Top goal scorers then, Harry Kane, 27 goals for Real Madrid. Jesus, 7 more than Morata in second. Rafinha and Alvarez both on 18 goals. Neymar on 12. Griezmann with the most assists. Kane with 8 assists as well. Pedri with 8 assists. Neymar with 7. Overall, our top goal scorer was Julian Alvarez with 25 goals and 6 assists. Rafinha 23 goals, 5 assists. Neymar 23 goals, 9 assists. De Jong with good stats as well, 11 goals, 5 assists. Roque 7 goals and 14 games. This guy's going to be such a beast for us in the next 2 seasons. Cancelo 4 goals, 6 assists. If you want to have a look at some stats, I'm just going to scroll through them now so you can have a look. So going into next season, this is all the Youth Academy products that we've got. Where is our main man? Carvajal is definitely going to get called up for next season, but we've got a lot of players that we're going to progress. And hopefully, maybe one of them will be at least on the bench before we end the series. Carvajal looks like some player, you know. So after the first season, I am very, very happy with how we've performed. The team has done really well. And we did lose Neymar and Alvarez. Alvarez for about 7 weeks, and I think Neymar for a month. So to still perform how we did is very impressive. And Neymar's already started to go down in ratings, which is not a good sign. I thought at least stay at 89 for another season, but next season maybe is the full decline of Neymar. We'll have to wait and see. A lot of players have gone up ratings. Alvarez has gone up. Pedri, De Jong, Koundé, Araujo, Balde's all gone up ratings. Torres has gone up ratings. Gundogan's gone down 2. I don't know what we're going to do with Gavi. I'm unsure yet. He didn't really feature that much this season. Christensen's gone up. Dest has gone up. Penn has gone up. We're going to have a busy summer transfer window coming up, so we can push on for that Champions League. We need to do better than around the 16 this time. We are starting Season 2 off with £260 million in budget, so let's get busy in the transfer market. So our first signing was Pedro Porro from Tottenham Hotspur. He cost us £12.5 million plus Ansu Fati, I think, in the deal for this. We needed a new right back after Cancelo went back to Manchester City from his loan. I was tempted to bring him back, but I thought, let's change it up. Pedro Porro got the Spanish connection. A very solid right back for Tottenham Hotspur. And I would assume he would be a lot cheaper than what Cancelo would be as well. And he is also a lot younger. That's why we have brought him in. Our next signing is Guerrero, a backup left back from Bayern Munich. The Spanish, I can't remember his name that we brought in last season. We brought up another left back. He didn't really fit the bill. Didn't really grow, didn't really get much game time. So we brought in Guerrero for 12 million plus. Who did we put in the deal for him? I can't actually. I think it might have been Eric Garcia in the deal, which is not bad to be fair, because we wanted to get rid of Garcia anyway. So he's a very, very solid option for left back for us if anything happens to Balde. Our next signing is João Neves from Benfica for 33.5 million. One of the best upcoming midfields in world football. And obviously, Barcelona is all about nice possession play, beautiful football. And this guy is going to slot right in when needed. We've got good backup for the likes of Pedri and De Jong. We moved on a couple of players, which you'll see in a minute. And you'll know why we brought these players in. Antonio Silva is another player that we brought in from Benfica. 66 million we paid for him. Probably overspent, because that was his release clause and you couldn't negotiate for an actual price. But once again, as a backup centre-back and soon to be first team maybe next season, this guy he's got great potential. Only 20 years old and 81 rated. He's got a big presence, 6'3". This is cementing Barcelona's future here with this centre-back. Could be here for 10 years. Our second to last signing is Lisandro Martinez from Manchester United, another centre-back. 75 million we paid for him, and you'll see why we had to bring him in when I show you the sales. Very solid centre-back, very good on the ball, which we Barcelona need to play their tiki-taka. Slots right into the starting 11 for us. And our last signing is Rodri from Manchester City. 120 million paid for him. 28 years old, 91 rated. And honestly, if you're going to rebuild Barcelona, you're going to have to get the new Busquets, aren't you? We just had to get him. I was going to make this transfer happen no matter what this season. I would love to see Rodri at Barcelona. I think he would slot in so well. Now the transfers out. There was actually quite a lot of transfers out this season compared to the last. So we've got Estanas for 3 million. So Valle for 2.7. Romeo for 13 mil. Tor for 12.4. Gundogan for 21 million. Des for 18 million. Miranda for 1.4. Reed for 3.6. Alarcon for 2.2. This is the big one. Jules Koundé for 125 million. Now, I did not want to sell Koundé. He had a release clause and it slipped through the cracks. I didn't notice that they put an offer for him, and then all of a sudden, I just see the cutscene of him walking out the door. So it was too late to do anything by then, which is upsetting because there was no need to get rid of Koundé, no need to replace him whatsoever. Even though Howard would have been the centre backs for the whole series. A shame he's had to go really. Rocha for 2.7 mil, and that is all. So we've got it about Koundé going. Now this is the 11 that's going to start the season for us. We've got Ter Stegen in goal. We've got 2 new additions to the back 4. We've got Balde, Martinez, Araujo and Porro. Then midfield is Rodri, Pedri and De Jong. And the front 3 is Rafinha, Alvarez and Neymar. Now we didn't improve the attacking side this season. Maybe next season we'll have to improve Neymar because his declines are going to go awfully. I think, this season. So we'll have a look for next season to replace him. And then on the bench we've got Torres, Roque, who's going to get a lot of game time this season, Gavi, Kimmich, Pina, Silva and Guerrero. And then on the reserves, the main ones that we're going to be using is Araujo, Christensen, Neves. So the team's not changed around too much, but I'll be interested to see how the season goes. Let's have a quick look at the Champions League group before we sim. So in our Champions League group this season, we've got Feyenoord, Leipzig and Rangers. So hopefully we'll comfortably top the group in them games to see us through into the round of 16. So let's sim to January to see how we've got on. As you can see, we are currently second in the La Liga behind Atletico Madrid on 43 points. We're on 42. Real Madrid are also on 42. Sevilla on 41. So it's a 4-horse race for the La Liga title this season, which should be very interesting for the second half of the season. Champions League standings are on screen now, much better than last season. We've gone undefeated in the group stage, 16 points, 5 wins, 1 draw. RB Leipzig have also qualified for the round of 16. Let's see who we're going to be facing. So we're going to be facing Roma. We're going to be facing Roma in the round of 16, which is a lot nicer draw for us than last season, where we had Manchester City. So hopefully we can progress very far in this competition this season. Now, if we have a look at the player stats, Neymar and Alvarez are both the two top goal scorers in the league. Neymar on 17 goals, Alvarez on 16 goals. Neymar's got more goals than games, and Neymar missed 3 weeks. 3 weeks he missed with injury, and he's still the top goal scorer. Alvarez 16 goals in 18 matches is still ridiculous as well. Top assister in La Liga is Ocampos with 8, and Neymar is also in second, with Pedri down in 5th with 6 assists also. We're not that hot for clean sheets. Ter Stegen with 2 clean sheets in 18 games, which is not very good at all. I'd like the defence to do a bit better. So as you can see, our top goal scorer this season has been Alvarez, 22 goals in 24 games with 2 assists. So he's contributing a goal or assist every game, which is mental. And then you've got Neymar, 18 goals, 8 assists in 17 games. So he's got 26 goal contributions in 17 games. This man, he's unplayable right now. We thought we were going to have to replace him this season, maybe he'll drop off. But he's got better this season than he was last season. Rafinha, 10 goals, 3 assists, having a decent season as well. Just going to scroll through the rest of these now, so if you want to have a look at the stats, pause the video. So overall, the team is doing very well. Ter Stegen's now up to a 90 rated, De Jong's up to a 90, Pedri's up to an 89. Is anyone else going to put it in? Kimmich is up to an 88. Balde's up to an 85, Rafinha's up to an 85, Alvarez up to an 85. So players are growing. Antonio Silva up to an 82 now. Roque's up to a 79. So we are seeing improvements in players. Pina's up to a 76. So overall the team is doing really, really well this season. Now, let's have a look to see if we're going to sign anyone. I think once again we're going to keep the team how it is and sim to the end of the season. There's no need for us to bring any more players in at this point. The team's performing really well, so hopefully we can win La Liga and the Champions League, or at least push far in the Champions League. And it is that time again. We are at the end of the season, and as you can see, we have top La Liga once again. Back-to-back winners on 92 points, not as many as last season, but a big gap to Real Madrid in the end, and Atletico and Sevilla blew them out of the water. 29 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses, 95 goals scored, 38 goals conceded. Very, very good season. Let's have a look at the Champions League. So in the Champions League, in the round of 16, we obviously faced Roma, and we beat them 6-2 on aggregate, so into the quarterfinals. We played PSG in the quarterfinals, and we managed to beat them 4-3 on aggregate. Here we face Real Madrid, and we lost 3-2 on aggregate. That is heartbreaking to our biggest rivals, losing in the semi-finals of the Champions League. So that means it is Dortmund versus Real Madrid in the final of the Champions League, still yet to be played, which is very unfortunate for us. The Super Copa trophy, we have got that under our belt. We beat Real Madrid in the final of that 3-1. We beat Atletico Madrid on the way there 2-0. And Copa de España, Atletico Madrid won that and we got knocked out by Atletico Madrid 1-0 in the quarterfinals. Moving on to player stats then. Julian Alvarez ended the season as top goal scorer in the league with 26 goals in 35 matches. Neymar second with 23 goals in 31 matches. Did drop off in the second half of the season, but if Neymar could just stay fit for them 38 games all season, no doubt in my mind he would have 30 goals. But a very, very solid season for our strikers. Anyone else in this list? Rafinha with 13 as well. So all of our front three are in the top 25 goal scorers in the league. Top assisters, Neymar with 14 assists as well. This man was on fire this season. 9 assists for Pedri. Ter Stegen clawed it back in the second half of the season. Had 2 clean sheets in January and it ended on 11 in total. That is very nice. So overall, our top goal scorer this season was Julian Alvarez with 40 goals and 3 assists in 52 games. Neymar, 29 goals, 18 assists in 42 games. More goal contributions per game than games for him. That is incredible stats. I'm going to scroll through the rest of them now so you can have a look at what players did for us. De Jong, very impressive, 9 and 9. 8 and 12 for Pedri. 4 and 6 for Rodri. Very nice stats here, nice looking stats. Sent Carvalho out on loan in January. He's still not played a game. Gone up with 3 ratings though, so that is nice to see. Neves didn't really play that much. Only 4 games for him. Antonio Silva played quite a lot, 32 games for him, getting that experience under his belt. So overall, I do think it's been a successful season. Winning the Super Copa and the Liga title back to back. We've just got to do it in this Champions League in this last season now. This season was a very good opportunity to do it. I reckon if we got in the final, we could beat Dortmund. Just Real Madrid was just in our way this time. Now we are in the third and final season of the Barcelona career mode. We've got a massive budget of 289 million to spend, and we're going to go all out for this Champions League. So I'm going to do my transfer business and then I'll be back. So our first signing was a youngster from St. Louis, Javier Ruiz, 73 rated, he's a regen player. Good for a backup, just in case we do need him. 11 million we cost him. I think this might be Messi's regen. I'm not too sure, but yeah, he's just a cheap backup. Nothing really important. First big signing is Nico Williams from RB Leipzig. 31.5 million plus Ferran Torres, I'm pretty sure, was in this deal. It looks like a really good up and coming youngster. Ferran Torres hasn't really done too much for us in the past 2 seasons. Hasn't really pushed Neymar for a spot at all. And this guy can play both flanks, which is really good because you'll see how versatile our front three is when you see our next signing as well. But yeah, he's really good for his age. 23 years old, 86 rated. Neymar out of his spot, maybe we can see for this last season, but he's very good backup if Neymar still performs. Our next signing is Jeremy Frimpong, 81.5 million for the young Dutch right back. 24 years old, 88 rating. One of the best fullbacks in the world at the moment. And we had to get him in. Pedro Porro did not have the attacking output that I thought he would have, to be honest, because Cancelo did quite well in the first season for attacking output. Porro didn't really have too much involvement this last season, so we have moved Porro on. You'll see where he's gone in a minute. But 81.5 million, I feel like is a decent deal for Frimpong. I feel like I haven't been screwed over there. It was a very tried to put a player in it, but they weren't having any of it, so we had to pay all cash. And our last signing is the biggest one of them all. Probably the biggest of the series. The last signing is Bukayo Saka for 53 million plus Rafinha. Now, Rafinha has done really well the past, especially in the first season, he did really well. The second season he did drop off, but that was because Alvarez and Neymar did so well. But to get to that next step, I feel like we needed to bring in an elite world-class right winger, and we have done that. Now, Rafinha has gone in the deal the other way to Arsenal, and we had to pay 53 million on top of that, but hopefully that will be worth it in the end of the season if we're able to win the Champions League. So transfers out this season, we sold Christensen for 30 million to Napoli. We sold Pedro Porro for 54 million to Real Madrid. So that paid for a lot of our money towards Frimpong, to be honest. So I wasn't too bothered about that. They were the only 2 players we sold. We didn't move anyone else on. So this is how the team is going to look for the start of the season. So we've got Stegen in goal, Frimpong, Araujo, Martinez and Balde. We've got a bit of a problem. Rodri's out for 7 weeks. So that is not ideal at all. So we're going to have to put in Kimmich for now. Put Neves on the bench. We are running a bit thin on subs and good. Well, subs is alright, but when we get to the reserves, we are running out of quality big time. So hopefully the players that we've got can actually do the business this season. Kimmich in them for now, De Jong, Pedri, Neymar, Alvarez and Saka. Like I say, Neymar is under pressure from Nico Williams for that spot, so we'll have to see how he performs. But let's have a look at the Champions League group before we sim to the January window. Our Champions League group is Frankfurt, Inter Milan and Copenhagen, so hopefully we can actually advance through that group. I would like to top the group because it makes us get an easier draw in the round of 16, but we're going to have a tough season ahead, I think, with injuries already causing an issue. So I'm going to sim to January now. Hopefully we're in the title race and qualify top of our Champions League group. Once again, we are comfortably this time sitting at the top of the La Liga table on 47 points. Real Sociedad second place with 42 points, and Real Madrid have dropped off massively this season with 36. So for Atletico with 27. They pushed us all the way last season as well, so I don't know if they've sold their big players or what, but they have dropped up a lot this season. Let's check the Champions League standings. So like we predicted and like I wanted to, we have topped the group on 14 points. Now, interestingly, Copenhagen have gone through. Well, not on goal difference. How does that work then? But how have they gone through when Inter have got better goal difference? That doesn't make any sense to me. Let's see if they... Yeah, that is mental. How have they gone through? Let me know in the comments how Copenhagen have gone through. Even though Inter Milan have got... They've scored the same. Inter have conceded one less. And they've got a better goal difference. How does that work? I do not know. Maybe a head-to-head type thing. So in our first... Oh, we've got a tough fixture. We've got a very tough... We've got Arsenal in the round of 16. Oh my god, why do we always get a tough draw? This is not looking good. Look at all them options. We could have played Dynamo Kiev, Fiorentina, Celtic. Player stats this season, Neymar is topping the goal scoring charts with 11 goals in 17 games. Alvarez has dropped off a bit this season with 8 goals. Saka, Pedri with 7. Maybe the goals are just getting spread out a bit more, I guess, this season than last. Pedri with 6 assists. Neymar with 3 assists. Pino with 3 clean sheets in 4 games. Now, you're going to see why Pino has been playing. Ter Stegen has been injured for the past 4 weeks and still got 3 more weeks of injury. So he's going to have to fill in, which he's done quite well with so far. He's 3 clean sheets in 4 games is pretty good. And overall, it's 3 clean sheets in 6 games. So I was tempted to buy a new goalkeeper. But if he's back in 3 weeks, it's not going to be an issue. I feel like he can still do a job in goal for us. I'm not going to make any signings in this window. It's not necessary whatsoever. The money we've spent, we shouldn't have to be bringing anyone else in. Now, if we look at the team, Araujo's up to a 90, Martinez is up to an 88, Balde's up to an 87, Mitch up to an 89, Pedri's up to a 92, Alvarez up to an 88, Gavi up to an 86, Silva up to an 83, Rodri, let's put Rodri back into the team. Quality stuff, really good stuff from the team. Let's have a look at our actual in-game stats with the players. So, top goal scorer overall this season is Neymar, 14 goals and 6 assists in 23 games, still tearing it up at the age of 33. 12 goals, 4 assists for Saka, very impressive. Pedri stepping up this season massively, 11 goals, 8 assists. This is his season. This is where he's going to carry us to the Champions League. Alvarez has dropped off this season, but like I say, the goals are just getting spread about a bit more. Not as reliant on him as we once were. Not many other players chipping in with goals or assists, but it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. So we're going to sim to the end of the season. Hopefully, we have secured that Champions League because we've done what we wanted with the league, back-to-back leagues. Would be nice to get a three-peat, but the Champions League is what we really want. Right, we are at the end of the season, and as you can see, we are in the Champions League final against Borussia Dortmund. This is a massive game. I'm going to show you the route that we got, how we got here. So in the round of 16, we beat Arsenal 4-2 on aggregate to put us into the quarterfinals. Then we had to face Real Madrid, who knocked us out in the semi-finals last year, and we managed to beat them 2-1 on aggregate. And then in the semi-finals, we faced against Bayer Leverkusen, who we beat 4-2 on aggregate, and now we're facing Borussia Dortmund in the final, who are looking to go back-to-back European winners. They beat Real Madrid last season in the Champions League final. Can they go back-to-back, or can we win our first Champions League in 10 years? Before we do this game, we also won La Liga on 92 points, 7 points clear of Real Madrid in the end. So we've gone 3-peat La Liga winners, which is very, very impressive. The team is outperformed this season. Is performed amazingly this season. The Super Copa, we also won that. We beat Real Madrid in the final 3-2, but in the Copa España, they beat us in the final of that. So no quadruple on for us, but a treble is on for us. A serious treble. Just got to get over the line against Dortmund in the Champions League. Hopefully we can do it. Come on, we're going to sim it. Oh no, no way. Alvarez suspended for the final. And Frimpong is injured. Oh my god, we're gonna put Kimmich in at right back. Oh my god, I can't believe that. Alvarez suspended for the final, one of our best players. Oh, we've got no striker. We're gonna have to play Williams up top. We're gonna have to. We've got no other option. Roque's knackered. Oh my days, it's a shambles. Let's put Ruiz on the bench, the young lad. See what he can do. Come on. Let's see if we can beat Borussia Dortmund. Let's have... Oh, I'm going to have to do that again. Let's have a look at their team, though. It's not that special, is it? I say that, we're definitely going to lose now I've said that. The past 3 seasons have been building towards this moment, this Champions League final. Can we get over the line? And we have done it. 3-0 against Borussia Dortmund. Saka with the goal, Rodrigo with a goal, and Frankie de Jong also with a goal. Oh my god. We have done it. The Champions League is finally back at Barcelona after all these years. Massive win against Dortmund, the current holders, looking to go back to back. Before we end, let's have a look at the player stats. So, top goal scorer in the end was Harry Kane for Real Madrid with 27 goals. Julian Alvarez was 24 goals in the end. Saka was 16. Neymar and Pedri both on 14. Top assists is 10 assists for Pedri. 6 assists for Alvarez. Very, very nice. Let's have a look at the top goal scorers for us. So 34 goals and 7 assists for Alvarez. Saka also breaking the 30 goal mark in his first season at Barcelona with 30 goals and 9 assists. Massive season for Pedri. 20 goals and 13 assists. He was not putting up numbers like that even last season. He's probably doubled his numbers from last season. Neymar, 19 goals, 10 assists. Very nice. 7 goals, 5 assists for De Jong. Frimpong, 44 games he only playing out of a possible 60. So, 59 Saka's played. So I'm assuming Saka played every game. Injuries have cost this man a good season here. 3 goals, 1 assist. Rodri, 3 goals, 4 assists. Balde, 1 goal, 6 assists. Very solid from the whole team. Nico Williams barely played any games for us. Only 6 appearances with 1 assist. I would say overall this career has been very much a success. 3 La Liga titles and 1 Champions League in 3 seasons is very, very good. The signing of the season, of the series for me, has to be Julian Alvarez. Came in, only paid about 40 million for him, and he's been banging in the goals. Very much banging in the goals. Neymar very much surprised me. I thought he was going to be a big disappointment, but the past 2 seasons especially, very, very insane. This season still did quite well, but obviously with his age now it's catching up to him. But if you have enjoyed, please drop a like. Let me know in the comments what team you'd like me to see me rebuild next. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.